All right. White people, black people, everybody in between. I got a question. Make sure my sound working. All right. When it comes to political views, are we agreeing with each other based on class or race? How does the way you were raised and the conditions you were raised in and what you've been exposed to, how does that inform your worldview? What's up to you guys in the chat room? I see Maurice. Hey, Ray, Atlanta Light, Hellbound, Royal Roots. How you guys doing? Atlanta Lights asked me about my opinion on AR-15 talks, and this is definitely related to that because what sparked my question is a conversation, an ongoing debate on Facebook regarding laws, anti-gun laws, etc. And see, Envy says, to liberals, class is race. Well, liberals don't seem to really understand much of anything. Hey, Shannon. So Facebook, Shannon said, let's get this very liberal convo going. So just to let you in on our inside joke, Facebook apparently has us all categorized by our political views. And in the article, it tells you how to find where they've basically hidden in plain sight, how they've categorized you as very liberal, or conservative, or very conservative. If you go on my Facebook page, Kiki Green, on my like page, I do have that article posted. I posted it today, and it'll tell you how to look on your Facebook page, all the buttons to click through. I don't remember right offhand, and I don't want to get distracted because y'all know how I do. But it'll tell you how to go on there and look. So Shannon and I were both laughing because it said to us both that we were very liberal, and clearly we're not. And so I'm just wondering, like, do they have a black person on the back end, or a person on the back end that just is marking all the black people as very liberal, you know? Because I don't remember posting anything that was all that liberal. Okay. So, but what is making me ask this question, I really want to know you guys' opinion, is because a lot of times when we talk to liberals, it's like talking to a brick wall. But then it's like you have to stop and consider the source. And usually, if you're talking to a person who is fairly well educated or well traveled, or has lived in certain areas, they're having different experiences, and you seem to be able to, even when there's a disagreement, you seem to be able to have a more amicable discussion, with the exception of people who are just being ridiculous. With that being said, when you're trying to educate somebody, I think it's a difference between, okay, we have a difference of opinion, but we're both well informed. There's a difference between that and I'm trying to teach you. Because when you're trying to teach somebody, that person that you're trying to teach has to be a willing participant. They have to want to learn. And unfortunately, people who are less educated because they are less willing to learn. Unfortunately, in a lot of our schools, it's not cool to be smart. It's cool to be dumb. It's cool to at least play dumb. It's cool to not take education and learning seriously. And even though those people may be born to, let's say, a lower middle class or a middle class household, they will definitely struggle in their adulthood without having the tools to acquire a certain amount of wealth that's going to put them in certain neighborhoods, put their kids in certain neighborhoods, and they're going to have certain experiences. Definitely hey, Ali, every neighbor in Hellbound, what's up, Brendan? Every neighborhood has a different dynamic, right? Depending on where you live, your interactions with the police, for example, like somebody was saying on Facebook earlier, are going to be different. The school situation is going to be different. And so I feel like a lot of us are trying to teach people who don't have an affinity for information or education. And unfortunately, and this is the part I can't figure out, why they're the loudest ones and why they're the most adamant about getting their point across. Okay. So in the gun debate, some of you guys that were here yesterday, I was talking about in the gun debate on Facebook, these girls were very adamant about name calling and you know what people don't need and what the kids need and this, that, and the third, you know, just relating it to their own experience and what they would like to see for their children as mothers. And to a certain extent, I can understand that. But why would you be coming to a conversation about gun control if you don't have any good command of history, particularly U.S. history? You ain't read the Constitution, the preamble to the Constitution, Bill of Rights, the amendments. You don't know what they are. You don't understand the power struggle and dynamic around the world. You don't understand what's going on abroad. Why are these the ones that want to debate the most? It's mind-boggling. And so the only answer that I can come up with is, you know, they ratchet. And meanwhile, they're paying for their lack of knowledge. They are paying for their ignorance. You know, if I sit here and say, hey, vaccines are poisonous, this is what's in them, here's where I got my information from, I would advise you to go and take a look at it, because I don't want to see any child vaccine injured. And then the person I'm talking to say, no, I seen on CNN, they already said that wasn't true. It's just a rumor. No. I'm not quoting CNN. I'm quoting a collection of studies, a documentary that I watched where these researchers compiled several different studies. They've got reports. They've got whistleblowers. They have, you know, this isn't just like a 30-second soundbite. Oh, what's up, Jay? Okay, I'll see you in a minute. Hey, what's up? And you don't stop. You know, I think you should check this out. And, you know, this is something that could be life or death for you and your family. And I think there's like a responsibility that comes along with information that ratchet people don't want. I don't know the best word, you know. There's a responsibility problem. And what really, really made me think about it, what's his name? Brandon. He did a live today. Let me see if I can find it. He did a live today. And he was talking about, you know, the main conversation was talking about why a lot of these police officers are not going to be charged. Because in their investigations, most of the time they're finding that these shootings were justifiable. And then he got to talking about why don't Black people take more accountability? And he's Black. Why don't Black people take more accountability for each other and for our kids and that kind of stuff in our own neighborhoods? Why aren't we just as angry at each other as we get at the, you know, one-off incidents with the police every once in a while? And it just really got me to thinking, like, I have to remember to consider the source in trying to debate with people who have not lived in upper class neighborhoods, lived in middle class neighborhoods, or befriended people who have money or have lived in other parts of the country as well. My friends who I went to college with, a majority of them live in the Midwest. They don't see anything wrong with having open borders. Now, granted, they're liberals, so they already have a thought process problem in the first place. However, I've been complaining to them since before Trump put his hat in the race, before there was a Trump discussion. When we all graduated and dispersed and went back to our own respective states, I have been complaining to these heifers on the phone about how you cannot get no damn jobs if you cannot speak Spanish. So it should have not been a surprise to them that I would be in full on support of a wall. And I can't figure out for the life of me, why do they have more compassion for illegals that they don't know than their own so-called friend? Somebody who has actually done things for them and helped them out and had created memories and experiences with. Why aren't they more concerned with my livelihood than they are these people? Is it because they have not lived in an area where the immigrants have had more power? Is it because they live in an area where there are different races and different classes of people in leadership and management positions, so they don't believe how segregated California is? I think a lot of it too, I've had a lot of, since I moved back, like between the time of me leaving Hampton, Virginia and moving to Vegas, I lived in LA. I told you guys I lived in St. Louis too for like 8 months to get out of LA, which St. Louis is turned up. And even with all the turned up going on and real gunshots and that kind of stuff like that, I was still more relaxed. And they don't have jobs out there or anything, they don't have nothing. But the people have better character than the people in Los Angeles. I stand by that totally and completely. And, but I've been through a lot of stuff that my peers have not had to encounter. Because for one, the people who I went to college with, they're all coming out of middle-class families, the vast majority of them. And their parents are very invested in their future and that kind of stuff like that. So they all went home and lived on mommy and daddy's couch and were able to, as you should be able to, and got their shit together and was able to take their time and sift through jobs and make up their mind and, whatever, right? But that wasn't my experience. So with all the different things that I went through, I'm the type of person where with my personal friends, I don't hide. I don't tell everybody my business or whine or complain, nothing like that. But I keep it real. I'm not the type of person that's going to get on social media and fake and pretend like I'm doing something I'm not doing or brag or whatever. I'm more so interested in sharing information. With my personal friends, though, we do talk about our job hunt or what's going on at work and this, that, and the. They know every time I had to sue somebody, which mainly came out of, I'm struggling and y'all are in here playing. I need this job and you don't really care. And then you want to get on my nerves on top of that. I'm going to get revenge because I hate that. I hate that people assume. But once again, working in an environment where people come from middle class, upper middle class households, their mommy and their daddy are there. They have their back in the event that they have a problem or whatever. They've never struggled. And so they think that, and I'm talking about grown ass people, they could be in their 40s and 50s, but they believe that if you've ever been really broke or struggling or homeless or in a destitute situation, you always have that fear of returning. If you haven't been in that situation, you're never going to be afraid of it. So there are a lot of people who don't have a fear of struggle. And so they think everything is a fucking joke. Now, when something does finally hit them, and they do get some struggle in their life finally, then they're done. They never recover. I'm battle tested. So I'm not, so I'm not really, it's ultimately it's a good thing. But I'm just saying, like, it makes you have zero tolerance for nonsense. It's very hard to change classes. It's very hard to, I know we have the American dream and all of that, but it's not that simple. Although we do have the option of moving up in class, it's not going to be easy. And so it's so easy for so many people to stay complacent. And there are a lot of people, you see it all the time, celebrities and stuff all the time, who get money and still act ignorant. I can't understand for the life of me why people like Jay-Z and Beyonce is an example for everything wrong, right? because they just have poor character. I can't understand why somebody would have $1 billion and not have a GED. Can't figure it out. And still be bragging about not graduating high school. If nothing else, you do it to do it. If it's such bullshit, if it's not important, if it ain't that hard, if it's not that serious, you got the time. Let's not act like these people get up and work 8 hours a day like you do, because they don't. So why are there all these wealthy people running around here who spend their money putting tattoos on their body, whole body, and don't want to just get a GED or basic education or something like that? It was a basketball player on the TV the other day. I can't remember what his name was, something Smith or Sam or some shit, I don't know. And he was on A-Rod's show. He made $22 million in his career, but now he living with this retired prostitute porn star girlfriend of his. He bringing in $1,200 a month. And she bartending at the strip club or something. So obviously he didn't invest that $22 million on his education, on something that was going to help him to save that money. And so money doesn't equate class. You know, class there has to be a connection between class and information and exposure. I thought that when entertainers traveled the world, I thought that would make them more well-rounded. But come to find out, say, for example, they have a concert in Paris. Well, they go to Paris, they do sound check, and then after that show, they pack up and go to the next town. They don't often have the time to really explore and that kind of stuff like that. So this is why you have so many people who are traveling, they got all this money, they're still ignorant. They are still just as low class and trifling and ratchet as they were when they didn't have no money. And then we have a culture that acts like it's cute, so there's no incentive for them to go out and gain the rest of that information, because it's just no way in hell you studied history and you're going to be offended by somebody else wanting to protect their amendments. I mean, and honestly, I've also noticed too, because a low-class person likes to fight. A low-class person likes and is attracted to drama. And I'm gonna give you guys a prime example on the difference between conservative, libertarian, free thinker, that group, and these ratchets. Every single thing that the conservatives do, the liberals seem to have all day. I don't know if it's because they don't work or what, but they got all damn day to troll and harass conservatives, to go on their page and bitch and moan and complain. Okay? On the flip side, conservatives are sharing information on their own pages, but they're not going out seeking people to harass. Because if they were, Al Sharpton's ass should be getting trolled down to his skivvies right now. Because his brother, and then they had the nerve to print it up and to call it Al Sharpton's half brother is being charged with capital murder. Half my ass. Ain't no such thing. You're a brother or you're not. His brother did a drive-by the other day and is now sitting in prison, and he's never coming home because he pulled the shit in Alabama, and they don't give a damn whether he pulled the trigger or not, rightfully so. And then he want to act like he was just giving somebody a ride to go find their car. I mean, just it's some nigga shit. I put that article on my page as well. It's the ghettoest fucking story I've ever heard of. Oh, but lo and behold, it's not Al Sharpton's estranged brother. It's not his long lost brother. This brother got pictures hugged up with Hillary Clinton and at all these fundraisers and etc. So why is it that Al Sharpton has not made no statement about it? Where is that tea? And then I go on his Instagram page, and why? Because this is a Black woman who was shot, murdered by his brother. And just like y'all don't care when the police do it, you don't care if he was selling cigarettes and he'd been arrested a bunch of times and he was loitering and this. You don't care if it was, if the person was resisting arrest. You don't care if they were running. You don't care what the circumstances are. According to you, Al Sharpton, there's no excuse ever for you to shoot an unarmed person. So what I want to know is why are you not out here seeking justice for the person that your brother killed? Your younger brother. You are your brother's keeper. So that little bit of karma is just so interesting too, how people can be out here talking a bunch of shit and be wrong, and and then get caught up just on some humbug stuff. And karma don't have to get you directly. Karma don't have to come the way that we think karma's gonna come, but karma sure came for his ass. Karma came for his ass. If somebody's car was stolen, he should have called the police. Especially you 50-something years old, and this other grown-ass man talking about some girl stole his car, and they left out all kind of details, whether or not he had a relationship with this woman or whatever, because the woman and the shooter are about the same age. So ain't no telling what that is, but no 56-year-old man should be getting involved in this other grown-ass man's business. So-and-so stole my, you know what I'm saying? Who gives a... Don't call me for no ghetto shit. I am not your co-defendant. It's not cute. So you don't even have the wisdom to de-escalate a situation. When that young man came to Al Sharpton's brother to bitch and moan about his car, this junk. I'm sure it wasn't no damn Maserati. It was probably a piece of shit. Okay. When he came to complain about that, how come Al Sharpton's brother was not able to talk all of that Black empowerment, jive turkey ass shit to keep this young man from going to do something that was surely going to end him up in jail for the rest of his natural life? Because he's never coming home. Sheree man to be home before them people even get a damn sentencing, because they ain't finna play with them. Ignorant. This is just ignorant behavior. And then trying to sit here and debate with these people. And then God, I can't. Hellbound said, Omar Mateen's father got outed as an FBI informant. Did his class help him cover his son's ass? Well, we already know that one of these alphabet boys are completely, entirely responsible for these events. And I'm calling them events because I still don't know if it's a masterpiece theater or a real massacre. I don't know, because none of it make no damn sense. But when InfoWars came out and said that, immediately they called it fake news. All these people got ties to these alphabet boys. Milo said, some people think karma means you can hit somebody back. Shannon said, but that's different, is what liberals will yell. Please, they can miss me with that polluted mindset. Exactly. It's like, and back to what Brandon was talking about on his live early, Brandon Tatum, I believe his name is. There's all this violence and stuff going on in our neighborhoods, and that somebody done told these young men to stop doing this and stop doing that, and they don't listen. But it starts even before then. It starts by how you raise your children and the decisions that they make. I got so many damn stories, y'all. I be on here wanting to tell y'all shit, and I'll be like, let me not put these people business out. But then I'll be like, hell, they don't listen to my show no way, so how would they know? Okay. But I got a girlfriend who, boyfriend, whatever, is locked up right now for killing 2 people in a car accident. And he was high and passed out or something like that. And his ass is wrong, and he deserved to be in jail. He deserves to be in jail. And her and the baby mama and all these people feel sorry for him, and his kids need this and his kids need that. You know what his kids don't need? His irresponsible ass, who was in the streets trying to do everything else but entertain you, the other kids, any of his 3 baby mamas, You know what I'm saying? It's like the handwriting's on the fucking wall. Don't even get me started because I'm just gonna get mad because I've been knowing this little girl her whole fucking life, and everything I tell this child, she don't listen. And I'm right every fucking time, and she still don't listen. And when she called me with I told her 10 years ago. I said, it don't matter how much money you spend on rent, cars, hair, looking good. It don't matter how much education you get. What's up, Elite? It don't matter. If you going to date these trifling ass dudes, you may as well not do nothing, girl. You may as well collect Section 8 and food stamps and sit your ass in the house and watch court TV all day long. You may as well, because you're going to end up with nothing because you keep dating these low lives. And what's she doing now? Coordinating three-way calls with his other bitches, something you wouldn't never did when his ass was out. And then under the guise of his kids need him. No, his kids need you and these other bitches to stop depending on his trifling ass and go and get your own self together and be independent and have a relationship with a real man who could be a positive example or be by yourself. That's too much like fucking right. To the point where y'all would rather have a man sitting up in prison that you never gonna get to lay with again, and you would rather do that shit like Sheree asked. You would rather do that than to be by yourself and then wonder why you don't have no real man. Child, ain't no real man finna step into all that bullshit and compete with all these baby daddies and all that. Real men ain't doing that. Real men are not finna sit there and your ex who can't run his own life, didn't do shit with you, but now he gets say so in this man's new relationship with you from wherever the fuck he at. He get to tell y'all what to do. Don't be putting your hands on my son and whoop doop doop doop. Girl, bye. If you don't get rid of him and get everybody a new daddy, what's wrong with you? And I said, now, go on ahead. You're going to look up in 10, 15 years of your life. We'll be gone, girl. While you're still young, while you're still cute, take some time to yourself, recalibrate, and just go on ahead and start over. I said, but if you think he gonna get tired of using you, bitch, he not. And I'm only telling you, because I know you're gonna do this shit anyway, but I'm only telling you so that you can't say that I didn't tell you. Shannon said, I'm hollering because this convo crosses all boundaries and state lines. I'm in Philly area. I thought this was East Coast specific. I'm on the West Coast. Hellbound said, Kiki, I bet you're going to be accused of promoting stereotypes. I don't give a damn. My people are embarrassing the shit out of me. And they don't care when they do it. They don't care. Call me, girl, if you need help with your homework. Call me if you're trying to figure out where to go to school, where to get your financial aid situation set up, how to do it, whatever. Call me if you need some help doing something that I know you need to sue your job, girl, call me. I told y'all I don't want nothing from you, okay? They taking advantage of you. If I have some information, if I can point you in the right direction, that's what I would do. Call me with this baby daddy bullshit drama blues. I don't have time for it. I don't know what to tell you. That's not my experience. I cannot help you. I got one solution. Leave him alone and do something else. Same thing goes for the man. Ugh, that's why I ain't gonna start talking about her. Make me forget. Make me forget my whole train of thought. But the beautiful girl went and got her some education. Just ratchet, mama ratchet, daddy a jailbird, ratchet. One day she told me, you know what? Your problem is you want too much. I said, no, your problem is you don't want enough. See, class. So now, when I told her what these niggas was gonna do before she went and got her shit together. Now the baby got a house, she got a career, she got a decent education now. She working on her master's, and she's accepting phone calls from the goddamn correctional facility from a fool who's never getting out, who did some shit that he deserved to fucking go to jail for. Do you think that though it was two brothers who was coming home from a performance in Hollywood? The shit is on it was in the newspaper. Coming home from their performance, and he driving on the 405 going in the wrong damn direction, nowhere near his house. And you know the high drunk people, don't nothing be wrong with them. And it was two brothers, and they're never going home again. Do you think their mother's sitting at home somewhere praying for this boy's mercy? No, he's not accountable. He's a victim. I'm supposed to be concerned with his lifestyle and his raggedy ass mama and what his daddy didn't do and all that shit. I'm supposed to be concerned with all of those different factors. And all of that shit is supposed to be more important than the fact that his black ass got at least 5 children that were with their mothers while he was at the fucking Laker game and popping pills and thizzing with his friends, doing hood rat things with his friends and murdering people on the way when he was supposed to be on his way home. Girl, if he loved you, he'd have got you a babysitter and you'd have been at the game with him, not his hood rat friends. While you making excuses. Do you understand what I'm saying? I love her dearly, but it don't look, I guess it don't sound loving, my delivery. I tried the best I can, but it's one of them situations like, girl, the house is on fire, boo. You're on fire. You don't even see it yet. You're on fire. Meanwhile, the same people will want to sit up here and debate with me these isolated incidents with these kids and these police officers. And I know, child, they had his ass arrested to the goddamn hospital bed. You know he ain't never going nowhere. He getting 3 hots and a cot forever. He lucky I ain't the damn judge. He lucky because I'm not trying to hear none of it. They got every excuse, where they grew up, what their mama didn't do, what their daddy didn't do, and all of that for simple shit when they know better. Are you retarded? Because if you retarded, go ahead and let us know you fucking retarded. And then we'll go on ahead and put you with the other people who are mentally disabled, but you don't want to be locked up with people that's really, really crazy. Atticus said the concept of tough love worked in the 90s. Why we give it up? I don't know that it worked in the 90s because this new generation, this is their parents grew up in the 90s. They're not rearing these kids. They don't have no home training. They don't have no life skills. Their priorities are all jacked up. And then when something happens to their ass, we're supposed to feel sorry for them. Okay. Now, in half of the instances that I done looked at, I don't even want to get into police shootings because I don't even feel like arguing. But all I know is niggas do not follow directions. They do not follow directions. License and registration. I got a gun in my back pocket. Well, you better not pull it out. What part of you bet not pull it out was what part of you bet not pull it out said to you, reach behind your back for your gun? What part of that? What part? I'm so confused. Oh, well, he had a gun permit. Oh, well, he this. Oh, well, he that. Okay, but what part about don't you bet not reach for? What part about you bet not reach for? And then the cop laughed. The cop said, you bet not reach for. Ha, ha, ha. It was under his breath, like he went, you better not reach for it. What I heard was, because I will shoot you. Because I heard him, I felt like the cop was in a lighthearted way because he wasn't really aggressive with them at first. He was like, well, you better not reach for it because clearly I'll shoot the fuck out of you in front of your baby because I'm not playing with you. On to that. Niggas don't follow directions. Then I'm supposed to feel sorry for your non-direction following ass. Then here come the mama snotting and crying when this bitch didn't teach you how to follow directions. How do I know? Because you work with kids, but you look like a child with your white tee and your goddamn cornrows on. Who told you that was okay? Oh, no, it don't matter. You can wear what you want. You can say what you want. You can go where you want. You don't have to follow no damn directions. You don't have to go, get your shit together, get your money up and move out the ghetto, and then you won't have those problems. You can wear your cornrows and your white t-shirts all you want to, because it's not no whole bunch of suspects running around for them to think your ass is the suspect. But it seems to me like if you live in a place where everybody is committing crimes, but you're the only upstanding person who's never committed a crime and you just minded your business and you work for the kids, seem to me like you wouldn't want to look like them other people who was committing the crimes. See, I'm from the hood. I will not even go in the drive-through with niggas at night. One time it was late, I was hungry. My homeboy was like, "Oh, I'm hungry." I said, "I'm hungry too." We should go to Taco Bell, he says. I said, "We?" I said, "I ain't going nowhere with your ass. You fit the description." The boy don't leave his house without a blue baseball cap on, LA Dodgers hat on his head. Because he had a funny shape ass bald head. It wasn't even that he was trying to be a gangster, but he had a funny looking ass head. But everybody don't know that looking through these windows. We already know what time it is. So I'm not going, either I'm going to go get tacos or you going to go get tacos. But I'm not getting ready to go out here in the middle of the night enough for either the police or one of these gang members out here to press us. Because that's surely what's going to happen. And many of girls have already been shot on that very corner hanging out with niggas just like you. And I'm not finna be one of them. Doo-doo. I know common sense ain't that common, but as I'm having this conversation, it might be a young lady on here who needs to hear that. I can't tell you how many little girls I know of that got their fucking face blown off riding around here with these niggas. Because you think it's cute. They don't tell y'all who their enemies are. They don't tell you what kind of gang shit they in. They don't tell you who they done sold soap to instead of dope. They don't tell you none of that shit. They don't tell you when they got warrants. They don't tell you when they got a gun up under the seat. They don't tell you when they got coke up under the seat. They don't even fucking tell you when they married. But for the most part, you can eyeball it. Okay, you can eyeball it. You know who fit the damn description. Do we care? No. We're going to ride around with him. We're going to date him. We're going to marry him. We're going to get impregnated by his ass any fucking way. And then when it don't work out, it's his fault. It's nobody else's fault. What's up, Jay? Welcome back. Hey, Kristen. It's nobody else's fault but his. When you running around here single with these kids, you can't tell. I'm so tired of hearing that shit. Black men need to go home and take care of their kids. You bitches need to worry about who you give your hot pocket to. And if it don't work out, then get everybody a new daddy, because you can't get no new man if you're still in another relationship, sweetheart. If he wanted to be in a family, if he liked it, hate to quote the dingbat, but if he liked it, then he would have put a ring on it, right? Okay, now your ass don't want to be here. That's fine. I'm getting everybody else a new daddy. And then when the kids get grown or teenagers or get their own cell phone and they want to call you, that's fine. You don't run shit over here. It's that simple. You cannot have it both ways. It just doesn't work like that. But then women want to get jealous because it's so easy for these same bum ass niggas to find some other desperate ass broad that will shack up with them, pay their bills and take care of them. But don't nobody want to come over here and help you take care of all these kids. And don't nobody feel sorry for your single ass. This is why you need to guard your hot pocket. And only make as many goddamn kids as you can afford of. Because for all you know, he might get hit by a damn bus. And then what you gonna do? Who you gonna blame then? Now, Meek Mill has his ass in jail where he belongs. Duh. I'm supposed to feel sorry for him. I'm working on my damn doctorate. I'm in here I don't do nothing but homework and talk to y'all sometimes. I can't go out and hang out and play and do hood rat things with my friends because I'm not trying to get caught up in no shit. And it's been that way for a long ass time. Shit is boring, but it's safe. And I'm supposed to feel sorry for somebody who has millions of dollars, who spends his money on jewelry, spends his money on toys, bitches, the strip club. Ain't nobody making it rain on people going to school, but you making it rain on these whores. You make it rain on them. You're buying thousands of dollars worth of bottles, but you don't have time to do your community service. You don't have time to follow the judge's orders. You would think somebody who had a popping ass life like that would want to stay free. You would think after somebody was already on house arrest that they would want to stay free. It's not a matter of whether or not the justice system is trying to get you. It's the matter of the fact is that they don't give a fuck about locking your ass up. What part of they do not care what you talking about don't you understand? What part of your ignorant ass mother cannot save you do you not understand? And then this bitch just did an open letter. Oh, dear justice system, my child, his father died and I had to work 3 jobs and this, that, and the third. Guess what? My grandfather died when my father was 10 years old. He has not been to prison. 1 + 1 does not equal 2. I need you to figure out how to go to school, how to go to work, and how to raise your children that came out of your body, because it is your responsibility. It is your baby that's in prison, not the judges, not Nicki Minaj, not Rick Ross, not Puff Daddy, the Shade Room. You see, can't none of these motherfuckers can't help you. You see, it don't matter how many people stand outside, bitch. That was your responsibility, and now he's a grown ass man, and yo, bitch. Oh, don't get me started on Meek Mill Mama. Don't get me started on her tired ass. And then the nigga got 4 years and he ain't gonna do the whole thing. But if you keep babying this little motherfucker, he is gonna spend 24 years in prison because he only hangs out with lowlives. You see Rick Ross, how old is he? What is he, 42 years old? Spending his weekends on life. The Rick Ross is in the hospital every other month. These are the kind of people he spends his time with because he don't have no discernment, because he's chasing after money, because you didn't teach your son no values. And now it's dear justice system instead of looking at your own self in the mirror. You're the reason his ass is sitting up in there. Now, it's one thing you get a bum rap, but you're the reason why your son don't appreciate what he has. You're the reason why, even with the money, he's still doing hood rat shit. So let me get this straight. When the broke nigga do something, it's the system fault. When the rich nigga do something, it's still the system fault. Well, goddamn, when is it your fault? When the broke nigga do something, when the rich nigga do something, it's the system fault. But when you get pregnant by the same fucking felon and you sitting over here by yourself with no fucking help, it's his fault now. He should take responsibility for that, but he don't have to take responsibility for his criminal activities. And then you want to sit here and wonder why the Black community is looking the fucking way it is. Meanwhile, all at the same time, we're having a gun debate. Y'all ain't scared of guns. You don't care about the gun laws, as evident by the violence that we have prevalent in our inner cities. We know damn well the CIA is bringing guns. We know damn well the CIA is bringing drugs. That's what you're supposed to be talking to your kids about. When you hear your son, oh, and then, God bless this bitch, this fucking Meek Mill, your mama not shit. Your mama not shit, baby. That's why you could bring Nicki Minaj home, because your mama not shit. She not shit. And he developed this wonderful gift. And I remember when Meek Mill used to be on the Smack DVDs, when you heard your son freestyling about busting guns and selling dope and shit he had never done before, that was the time to sit down and have a conversation with him about the CIA and COINTELPRO and Rick Ross and all that type of shit like that, which you were not informed about before and you ain't informed about now. He's going to have to, unfortunately, he's going to learn that shit in jail. Some older Muslim is going to be the one to break it down to him. And that's what it's going to take. It's some old head who done already threw his life away, who has nothing but time to read, to sit down and have the conversations with this young man that you wouldn't have. And I know all it takes is a conversation because I'm the one who had them conversations with my brother and his friends. And they turn, and ain't none of them in jail. They know how to move. Listen, kids, I know y'all smoke weed. You in LA, that's what you gonna do. Meanwhile, while it's basically legal out here, they will still press your ass. So guess what? While y'all ain't got no money and no lawyers on retainer, don't smoke weed in the car. Then can't nobody say they smell weed if you wasn't smoking the weed in the car. Have your little weed card, keep your shit in the trunk. Smoke at home in your own privacy and in your backyard. I'm not going to sit here and lecture you on what to do and what not to do, but you're going to have to move accordingly. When the police pull you over, go ahead and comply, but don't get to talking. Shut the hell up. Shit. You doing more damn snitching on yourself. Then if you do get a damn public defender, can't nobody help you after you done already confessed. It's too late. But nobody ain't having no conversation like that with these young men. They don't find that out till they get to jail. Whose responsibility was it to drop that knowledge on them? Why is it everybody else's responsibility other than their mother that there is nobody who know what time it is in their life? And I'm telling you that because I'm related to a bunch of women that have pushed away all the responsible men out of their lives. And then wonder why their sons grew up to not be shit. But every time a man try to tell the little nigga something, you getting in the middle. Oh, don't talk to my baby like that. Now, I got one cousin who ain't had no man. She had 3 boys, and none of them niggas in jail today, and they was bad as a motherfucker when they was kids, but she used to beat they ass. One time my cousin must have took a knife to school. He said the kids was bullying him. He took a knife to school. She got a call home. Oh, man. When she came home from work, she put me out. She said, baby, y'all go downstairs. Talk to my sister. Because I'm about to beat his ass so good. Y'all can't see this. You will be traumatized. I'm about to whoop his ass so good, she said. We went downstairs. Next thing I know, I heard a whoop. I mean, it sounded like a real whip. Okay? When I tell you she whipped his ass. Okay? He ain't in jail. He ain't in jail. So the thing is, you have to give these boys discipline. You have to tell these niggas right from wrong. And you can't keep using the system as an excuse not to do that. We're very well aware of the system and how it works and how it doesn't work. The main reason why you're being preyed on by the system is because you're ignorant and they know it. We didn't all had our run-ins, but how we deal with it and how we're able to articulate ourselves usually has the most to do with our outcome. Shannon, she whipped his ass. Whipped it real good. I think that time he got kicked out the school district, okay? Shit, don't make your mama have to rearrange her morning routine. Don't make her have to drive your ass across town. It cost her some extra money. You really think she whipped his ass good. But she got 3 sons that was born and raised in South Central. And ain't none of them ain't in jail. So I'm just saying, if you ain't gonna have no man around there, you better get up in that ass. Stop treating these boys like they girls and treating these girls like they boys, and then sitting around here wondering why this shit is all, while she out here thinking she a strong black man on her own and not holding these niggas accountable, because you don't hold niggas accountable. Your son think he walk on fucking water because that's my baby. That ain't no baby, that's a boy. That's a young man. You spoiling the shit out of him. Everything he do is cute. Letting him talk to you crazy. Letting him get loud with you. You know how many women know damn well their son is cheating on their wife or cheating on their girlfriend, and that these niggas will help the man cheat on the bitch? Help him. Lie for him. Cover for his ass. Low down dirty heifers. Just like the Sandra Bland situation. You see how many people talk about the Sandra Bland situation. I have yet to hear anybody talk about the black female cop who showed up to actually put her in handcuffs. C said some black women treat their sons like gems and hard on their daughters. That's something very prevalent in our culture. It starts with us, women. It has to, because we got the restraint. We raising these young men and these boys. Now, how many of you have heard anybody even mention the black woman who showed up to the scene with Sandra Bland? That's why I I can't get with it. We talking about the officer who pulled her over because of the light, but we're not talking about the Black woman police officer who showed up afterwards. Now, with that being said, at no point did Sandra Bland, from what I saw, ever attempt to de-escalate the situation. And then when the Black female officer shows up, she just looked just as much with the rah-rah bullshit too. But that's who handcuffed her. So now if we're talking about police and their protocol, that's one thing. But how are we making it solely a race issue when Sandra Bland was arrested by a Black woman? Where that bitch at? Ask her some questions. What the fuck you looking at me for? Did y'all see that? Am I the only person who saw that? That man called back up and a big Black female officer showed up to the scene. But this is an entirely racial issue, and Whitey just out to get this girl. But nobody could tell me what's up with that Black female officer. From my personal experience, Black cops be with the most bullshit. Especially the females. They be showing up looking like Hilda damn guard. And they like to see young women, especially if they ain't all monstrous looking, get abused and manhandled, and they don't come to the scene and de-escalate the situation and bring their femininity to the situation. They come and they make the shit worse because they want to on some power trip. I don't see Black officers showing up to the scene, bringing their multicultural competency to the situation. I see them escalating shit. That's been my experience. Maybe that's just me, but that's been my experience. So it's one thing to talk about cops, but it's something totally else to say it's just Whitey. The white man trying to bring us down, because I can't tell you how many times it's been a white officer to tell the Black officer to calm down. So what I'm saying is that we have some serious issues within the Black community, and some people are like, why y'all can't let race go and this, that, and the third. But it's looking to me like we also having a class issue that's going on. And because the Black people who are doing something with their lives are the ones that have the means and the know-how and the information, every time the ones who don't, but then there's no respect in the Black community for education or for intelligence or just somebody just knowing what they're talking about. There's no respect for that. They call you all the time when they need something, but they don't respect your opinion, and they don't respect what you had to go through to not be in the same environment and the same bullshit that they are. So then those of us who don't even have these nigga problems is constantly getting injected into this conversation, trying to defend our race when really it's these niggas. This is why I can't stop saying the N-word, because I don't know what the fuck else you're supposed to call it. What else do you call this nigga shit? When you, as a poor Black American, are living better than a majority of the people on the planet. Wait, you as a poor Black person in Chicago live better than most of the people who have ever walked the face of the fucking earth, ever, in history. You got Wi-Fi, internet, Michael Jordan's shoes. You ain't missing no basketball, no football games, no nothing. You have everything. You have shit that people would fucking dream of. These people are crossing the border by foot, bringing their children, risking coyotes and shit to come over here and to live in your neighborhood. They don't care if they got to live 20 of them together in one apartment to have a piece of what you got. And then if I tell you how to take advantage of that and multiply it, and this is what you're going to have to do to stay out of the booby traps, because we do have a system that is for profit that will make money off your fucking stupidity. Don't nobody want to listen. But then the minute one of y'all gets shot, now you want to come out here and call us, and I got to come kumbaya with your shit. And it's irritating as hell. So as much as I want to be with the, oh yeah, Black men, y'all need to go home and you need to take care of your kids, in my own personal experiences, every single one of these bitches that's doing it by themselves pick some irresponsible bastard to start off the fuck with. who they knew was irresponsible. Girl, I met somebody at the club last night. Oh, really? What's his name? Oh, where he work at? He don't. He got a record? Huh. 3 felonies. Well, how old is he? 21. Okay, bitch, you need to run. What they do? They do it anyway. Got a homegirl, black woman, was making good money. Met her dude, black man. Oh yeah, girl, such and such and such and such. He a cop, bitch, run. Okay. Go ahead and run, because you don't have that kind of personality. Them cops is hella fucking controlling. And when he get to controlling your ass, you gonna fold like origami, boo. So don't even get started. Did she listen? Hell no. Next thing I know, they done bought a house together and she ain't got no ring. And then he to move his side bitch that's pregnant with the baby he won't give her up the fucking block. And then want to call me crying. Don't call me crying, bitch, because I told your ass soon as you got to, and girl, what'd he do? He a cop. Leave him alone. You ain't built for that. I ain't being a hater. I'm just trying to keep it real. Then they want to call you and you know what I'm saying? You want to talk me to death because I got free nights and weekends. No, because I told you. They don't listen. This is a girl who made good money, but is not of upper class or middle class. This is a girl whose fucking mother did some ratchet ass shit when she conceived her. It's one thing to come to be from the hood. It's what my mama is, she's educated. Okay, but my mama kind of ratchet. Okay. My mama is bougetto to the T. Okay, she is educated and all of that, but she will cuss you the fuck out. She ain't got no chill and will pull a gun out on your ass. Okay, in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Turk the hell up. But when people who know, I'm very well aware of where her mentality is. So I know that ain't who I go to when I need answers for shit. You know, you have to have open ears and be able to listen. We have a listening comprehension problem going on in the Black community. Well, other people as poor white people, as other people have, that sure is. But some fucking how they're not having the same issues that we have in our community at such an alarming rate. And you waiting on somebody white to come tell you what the fuck the problem is. When there's people, we sitting right here with you. I can tell you what the fucking problem is. You ain't got no standards and you lazy and you don't listen. You hard-headed. You got to learn everything the hard way. It's like whatever happened to prevention. What is it? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, worth more than a pound of cure, or some shit like that. You know, what's up with the prevention part? We can't get none of that. Goodness gracious. What's up, Lil John? Let me go through these comments. True about dating a cop. My best friend didn't listen to me at first, but after a few crazy controlling experiences, they broke up. He stalked her and got arrested for threatening a civilian off duty. Bobby, same thing with homegirl, but he had his other cop buddies driving around her house all night. While he was sleeping laid up with the side bitch, he had his cop buddies making sure she wasn't getting on the side. He wouldn't have did that to me because I done kicked up in his ass. I wouldn't give a damn. I don't give a damn. He wouldn't even tried it. He wouldn't have tried it. But then again, I wouldn't fool with him because I know better. You know, they don't listen. Some of these cops do have a tick. Shit, all of them. They be having a tick. The females too. They worse than men. Please. Red Feather said they want everybody else to pay for their irresponsible decisions. Everybody got to pay. Everybody got to feel sorry. Everybody got to sit up and listen to this shit. And the belly aching and the whining. If I want to hear some drama, I'm going to turn on Wendy Williams. Don't call my phone all night with this shit because I don't want to hear it. C said, I've been guarding my womb for dear life. Okay? You have to. You absolutely have to, because at the end of the day, it falls on you. It's your responsibility. Child in New Orleans, they don't have any excuses as most running the show are predominantly Black. That's going on in most of our inner cities. Bunch of Black folks. But it's whitey folk. Everyone should watch the show Flint Town on Netflix. Shows a predominantly Black police force. I will watch that. Netflix be having some good documentaries lately. My cousin's mom ended up killing herself after being beat on by a grown woman. Wait, my cousin's mother, he ended up killing himself after being beat on by a grown woman, his mother's best friend. Oh shit. How does that happen? Hold on, let me pop out this chat. This is truth. My parents raised five Black young men in North Philly. We were more afraid of them coming to the courthouse as opposed to the police getting us. Kept us straight. Exactly. Everybody that grew up in the hood doesn't end up in fucking prison. Some of these people is hell bent and insist on it. A lot of single moms also say they're the mama and the daddy. How does that work? You can never replace a father figure. They can call it what they want to, but you need to make sure that they are getting some type of male leadership, the girls and the boys. It's stuff that a man is going to teach you and tell you about relationship. Well, that they should. Because I got another homegirl who, bless her heart, honestly, she's a sweet girl. And I think she's pretty. But she's so basic. She's educated and she don't date nothing but the most worthless ass. If you tell her you just got out of jail and you sell dope and you live with 5 of your friends and you got 2 strippers sleeping on your couch, she gonna give you some. I had a friend who, I had a friend who's a lawyer, because, I got married. I had to throw out my whole little black book, okay? But homeboy is a lawyer. All his friends is lawyers, right? All of them 30 years old. Granted, somebody already hit the convenience store. They was already divorced already. They was already divorced and paid a, car note on BMWs and house note that some other bitch was already fucking living in. So I didn't want them, you know what I'm saying? However, I thought that would be some good practice for her to talk to some men who had, employment. So we were all like in a group chat and stuff like that. And one of them was trying to meet up with her. He really liked her and stuff. And she says in this group chat to these men, it's like 6 of them and like 4 of them is lawyers and the other 2 is entrepreneurs doing something else. They make more motherfucking money than lawyers did. This bitch gonna say, I just don't feel like I have anything to offer a man right now. I just really want to get my life together and really want to do, and she has a degree. She was working, she had her own place. But I don't know if she felt, I don't even know what it is she thinks that her earning potential is at this point. But for whatever reason, she tells all these eligible men, okay, who all escaped. The running joke too is they was all married to Deltas. These Deltas that ran through these men and took their damn money, okay? So they all trying to get an escape. She just cute and just dumb enough for a man that is like, who don't want a headache. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have no kids. Niggas is kind of simple. This bitch gonna tell them she ain't got nothing to offer to the point where one of them was like, why is your self-esteem so low? And I'm just sitting here like, you embarrassing me, girl. You don't know how to bag no man with no job. Why? Okay. when Bozo, who ain't got no job, come around, why you don't tell him you ain't ready for a relationship? You gonna tell the professional man that you ain't ready for a relationship. But then every time I see you, you got somebody with tattoos all over his neck. Girl, if he ain't no thug, if he ain't got tattoos on his neck, da 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 da. Anyway, this bitch got a daddy. She got a daddy. She got one. She got a daddy. Basic as hell. When it comes to men, just the absolute worst. Poor thing. This is why I just went on ahead. I stopped being friends with her. I just couldn't take it no more. The day of my baby shower, I called her and asked her, could she pick up something? She said, oh, I'm not coming. I told you, which she didn't. That's good. If you're not going to do something, be like, hey, dog, I don't think I'm going to make it. Don't try to Jedi mind trick me because my memory is on like 1,000. To the point where I can remember entire conversations. Don't sit here and say you said some shit that you didn't say. Girl, I told you I wasn't coming. You know the Puff Daddy concert is tonight. You know what I'm saying? Not even, she 5 years younger than me. Not even because you really even old enough to remember Bad Boy like that, but you're so busy thinking that if you spend enough time on your hair and your nails and your makeup, that you're gonna meet some older gentleman / thug, I don't know what, that's gonna save you. So fuck the person who's been the most loyal to you and looked out for you. Fuck her and her and baby shower and her bringing life into the world. Fuck all that. Fuck that. Mind you, my daughter had already been here for a month and she didn't come to the hospital and see the baby nothing anyway. So I was already done with the bitch. But then when she hit me with the, I was done, but I didn't even have time to have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? But then when she was like, I told you I couldn't come because the Bad Boy reunion tour is tonight. Okay, the concert starts at 7. My shindig is up the street from the strip and it starts at like 1 or something. So what is the problem? And at least come over here and blow up a balloon and pick up the damn potato salad, lazy ass hoe. You know what? I don't need friends like you. Now you go take your ass down there to the concert trying to pick up some old nigga. And good luck to you. Now, the minute one of them neck tattoo, jailbird, jailhouse ass fools get her pregnant, who fault is it going to be when he leave her stupid ass by herself? That's going to be the man's fault? I don't hear that shit no more. There's just no accountability in the Black community, and it's irritating as hell. And then on both, now, let's be fair. It's on both sides of the spectrum because then the Black people who have money, they don't care. I guess I can see how they get that way. I guess I can see how they get that way. Because you can't tell these people nothing. But still, it's a lot of Black folks that got money. They're not out here spending time with these kids. They're not out here trying to share their wealth. They're not out here trying to share the information either. They're not. You know, it's a very much every man for themselves type of environment amongst family members. I ain't even talking about just the community at large. I'm talking about starts with our individual families. Our families are very much on some every man for themselves. But then when shit hit the fan, it's everybody come save me, come rally around me, come stand outside the courthouse. I got better shit to do than to stand outside in the cold trying to peer into your little window with my poster. Like that's gonna do something. Shannon said, man, and he work around the block. Oh, you know how many people I know named man? That's so funny, or used to know. Because I'm telling you, I didn't unfriended so many people. And my cell phone, I blame it on my baby. I'd be like, my baby lost my phone. But truth be told, I'm working off the house phone. I don't even want these people calling me. Atticus said, I'm very proud of my degrees. As you should be, because they ain't handing them out. Believe me. I got this old hating ass teacher. In the doctoral program, you got to have 97% for an A, which is already BS as it is. So all this time, I told you I'd had like 99 point something percent. And then on this last paper, she gonna give me an 88 on the paper. So now I'm half a point away from an A, and it's an A minus, which is a big, I don't know. I was like, you need to rewrite that paper, boo, and find me a point. You need to find you need to go back. She think I'm playing. She ain't responded to my email, bitch. I ain't playing with you. I'm gonna call you boss and everybody else because I'm tired of y'all playing these games with me. You need to go and you need to find me a point. You are not gonna play me and my GPA based on no half a point. She totally tried it. Ray says she can't be in love with these low lives. Maybe it's just because she wants to go out with these guys till she's done with them and then tell them to scram. Well, the problem is that you can't practice doing wrong because you're going to accidentally fool her. This is how accidents happen. You can't accidentally get pregnant by one of these losers if you don't sleep with them. You know, and I understand that men, boys and girls are not the same shit. Boys and girls are not the same. You cannot do what you see these men do. You know, you see these men run around here with these hoes and all that kind of stuff. And guess what? They pay for it dearly. Dearly. They pay for it. But the difference is between a man and a woman is a man could have a record, 5 illegitimate children, 2 ex-wives, bad credit, no car. A man could be living in a tent on the side of the freeway and get him a woman. It don't work the same way for women. It's just not. Envy said, bums don't be scrambling. They be in it for the long haul. They sure are. They got time. A bum will sit there and rub your feet all night long. Tell you everything you want to hear. Because he ain't doing nothing and ain't planning on doing nothing. The responsibility is on you. She need to sell truth CDs at conventions. Oh, goodness. Can't tell these kids nothing. And that's why with these new rappers, male and female, you know, I know these kids talk a bunch of stuff and they say a lot of ignorant stuff that they don't mean and talk about shit they don't know about, but that is an age thing. That's what young people do. I don't have respect for 30-something-year-olds whose conversation sounds like a 20-something-year-old's conversation. You know what I mean? When you hear Nicki Minaj and Beyonce and them 30-year-old girls coming out here rapping, they shouldn't be rapping about booty and going to the club and the stupid shit they're talking about. They need to be talking about what have you learned? What have you learned in this past 3 decades that you can impart upon somebody 10 years younger than you? Clearly, the answer is nothing since bitches is rolling up on your man and biting you in the face. While you on wax, acting like you're hard and free Meek Mill and you're on the back of the motorcycle. But in real life, bitches is biting on your face and they flirting with your man. So everybody know that you ain't about that life. But then if somebody says something, they're a hater. They're wrong. I'm tired of these people faking and posing because these celebrities are the ones who reinforce this is why I hate celebrities. For any normal person, if they go out and sell drugs, they have to pay the consequences for it, and their life continues to go downhill unless they just have an epiphany, completely change their life around, completely change how they do stuff, completely change how they move. But in most cases, it's all downhill. Usually women make a bunch of irresponsible decisions and date dope dealers and that type of stuff like that. It turns out bad for them unless they completely do a 360 and take control of their life. And even then, sometimes it don't happen until they in their mid-40s. These celebrities come out here like Cardi B, look at me, I'm a stripper, who's making it? And then you're out here trying to tell these young girls that's not the way to go. Don't let men stick $30 single dollar bills down the crack of your ass. That's demeaning. You need to have more self-respect than that. And then Cardi B come out here and say, you need to respect the strippers. Bitch, it's your job to get disrespected. What you mean respect the strippers? It's your job to get disrespected. There's nothing respectful about throwing dollar bills at anybody. It's an occupation of poverty for little girls who ain't got no mommy and daddy. For little girls who parents is treating them like they're men instead of treating them like they're little girls, and making sure they're in ballet class and going to school and doing their homework and that type of shit like that. No, they let the little bitch just go hang out on the block after school. So then she's going to end up on the pole or holding somebody's dope until she end up with a page full of mugshots. That's where this shit's going. What else you gonna do in the hood? It's not something you should ever aspire to do, is be no damn stripper. Matter of fact, if you ever stripped, it is what it is. You should never tell anybody. Only person that should ever know that you was a stripper is if you ever have a daughter one day and you tell her, this is what I did, this is what happened to me while I was in here, this is how they treated me, and this is why I don't want you doing it. Not like Blac Chyna's mama, who went and said, I was in a strip club and I'm looking at this female, she was bad as hell, turn around, whole time, it's my daughter. The fact that you don't know what your daughter looks like from behind, bitch, tells me you don't spend no time with your child. That's why she's in the strip club. And then the bitch said, and then I tipped her. But then wants to turn around here and tell all of us, don't disrespect her daughter. What are you talking about? You didn't raise your daughter to command any respect. She doesn't respect herself. And I have no respect for her or Amber Rose or Beyonce or none of the rest of you little prostitutes that your parents hold your ass out and didn't teach you nothing. Because now you're not 21. Now you're not 24. Now y'all in your 30s. You worn out, you're tired, and then you have the nerve, because you don't want to sit here and reflect on your own life and make better decisions. No, it's easier for you to convince yourself that you haven't done anything wrong. And so you have to project that bullshit out onto the whole planet, not just your own child. You teach your own little daughters, your own kids how to be hoes. Don't come out here teaching other people that it's okay, other people's kids, it's okay to sell dope and to do this and to do that. I don't want to hear hashtag free nobody unless he's some kind of damn innocent person. You better be innocent. I mean, these ain't even political prisoners we talking about. No, he did it, but he don't deserve to be in there because it's the white man's fault he committing crime. Girl, I don't hear that. There's too much other important stuff going on around here. Y'all better walk around the damn booby traps. Can't keep telling the same shit. That's how you're laughing at Hot Pocket, because, you know, I'm trying not to use the other word. They only start worrying when their man starts going upside their head. And remember, they wanted a thug because it was cute. And some of them think it's cute. I had a girl tell me, I like to get choked. If he ain't gonna choke me, he's soft. I said, okay, bitch, but you better not never call my phone talking about he put his hands on me. Sure enough, this fool went to Africa. Got with an African. Moved back to the States with the African. Next thing you know, they tussling. And really, she was the aggressor. But then she tried to call me and give me the... I'm like, ain't you the same one who like to get choked? Okay, so y'all fought. He didn't beat your back. Wait. And you bigger than him, so... I don't want to hear that shit. If you said Rick 42, he look older. I think he is. I'm just off the top of the head. Spirit says Meek Mill was probably too arrogant, thinking he can violate his probation conditions without repercussions. Not only did he think he could violate, he did it on TV. He's sitting at the award show in the front seat. Boo, your Illuminati stature is not there. Okay. Clearly, you need to drink a little bit more blood before you can start pulling that shit. You like Jay-Z stabbed somebody, he got away with it. Snoop Dogg killed somebody, he got away with it. You ain't them. The monkey see, monkey damn do. Shannon said, where are the... Oh, wait, my comments scrolled up. Gotta go back. Ain't got time to fight niggas like Kaya said. Kaya want to fight somebody, but Kaya ain't got the heart. You know. That's why I don't like that. Even though we get like we get on here and talk about stuff, but I don't make like a bunch of clickbait videos on that type of stuff because I don't want that audience. I don't want Mandy Man Horse people over here. I don't want Kaya's people over here and Chicana and them kind of ignorant ass niggas. I don't want to talk to them about nothing. They don't know shit. They ain't got nothing going on. And all they gonna do is perpetuate a bunch of drama. And Kaya love to hang out with them people, and instead of talking about everybody ignorant, they coming for me. And I don't know why they trying to shut my page down. I don't know why they don't like the king, the queen. I don't know. Stop saying you don't know. You lay down with dogs, and this is why you wake up with fleas, girl. You should have known that. You should have known better than to have a co-host talking about he the queen and he got a whole dick and he peeing standing up on the show. And then y'all want to be blasphemous and pretend like you praying for people, but be clowning. And that's why I cut it off last night when she was on there with Tiffany Pollard. And then they played a video of this woman saying she wanted to prove to her kids Jesus was real. And so she rammed her car into a wall or some ignorant. You know, you can always find somebody ignorant on the internet doing something. But this is what they feel like is necessary to talk about. And now Tiffany, we know that Tiffany Pollard's mother is a minister. Cuckoo crazy as she is, she considers herself to be a Christian. And so does Tiffany. Why are you up here with this abomination? This Baphomet abomination making fun of Christianity. So now when Tiffany's ass is in the news within the next 3 months, because she didn't got some freak shit didn't happen to her, you will know why. It will be because what she did last night with T.S. Madison, because she knows better. And he gonna get his too. Very publicly. Shit. And if Michelle and Kaya knew better, they would take the hint and go sit down for a second and go come up with something of quality. And you know, Kaya should be out here teaching people how to write songs or how to market their own music or how to be independent artists instead of sitting around here wanting to just sit up and gossip. Because also all that's going to do is keep attracting a ratchet ass crowd that's 20 years younger than her on top of that. Who got that kind of energy? I'm still looking for Sharon's comment. I seen something about Queen Latifah. Oh, where are the Queen Latifahs and MC Lights that drop knowledge? We revere for empowerment. Exactly. Shit. Every time I hear a brother call a girl a bitch or a hoe, you know all of that got to go. Shit. And I remember when UNITY came out. First Snoop dropped that rolling with my bitch is where you might find me slanging that, swinging that G thing. She want the G with the biggest sack. And who's that? She is I and I am him. They played that shit on around from LA. They played that shit on the radio every other song. Every other song, they did not bleep it out. Soon as that UNITY, who you calling a bitch? Do you know that that's when they started bleeping bitch off the radio? I said, ain't, and I was still a kid, but I was like, ain't that something? As long as Snoop Dogg was saying, I'm rolling with my bitch, it was okay. But the minute Queen Latifah said, who you calling a bitch? Now it's time to bleep bitch off the radio. That's so funny. And now that there's no more conscious rappers, bitch is coming back on the radio. Now you can say bitch again. But there ain't no whole bunch of Queen Latifahs and MC Lights because for whatever reason, I guess the stars ain't aligning where we having girls that are lyricists that actually have something to talk about. It's so cute to be a hood rat and a little ratchet. Kristen said a lot of universities intentionally make it nearly impossible to pass in order to create an air of exclusivity. Your grade is at the whims of your professor. That's how I really feel, Kristen. Like, so what's the difference between this paper and all the other ones where I had 100%? You just don't want to give out that many A's. I'm going to press her whole entire life. She's getting pressed. So bitch, you better find a point. You better find a point from somewhere. You're not going to give me half a point away from an A. It's the difference between a 3.7 and a 4.0. You're not going to do that. And I've had it happen to me before, and I was pissed, and I just let the shit go. Like, at least it's an A-. It's like, no, forget that. Because, no, not over no point. Not 1 point. I ain't saying 5. I'm talking about less than a point. Y'all not finna keep playing me. Check out her last 2 videos. She incorporates and wrap the content and stories around pretty awesome. Oh, thank you, Envy. It's like a ongoing conversation that we be having, you know. Spirit said, had a Lyft passenger this weekend where we both trash talk Beyonce's basic ass. It was fun. She is so basic. Oh, she's so basic. The same girl I mentioned that dated a cop was on a pole for Bobby. I can't. Your stories be cracking me up. Bobby said the same girl I mentioned that dated a cop was on the pole for 2 weeks. And I think the spirit came over her and she stopped. I mean, it's not an easy job at all. I had a friend that, like, I'm telling y'all, we were so broke, and it's hard to find a job in LA, right? So my homegirl was like, I'm a strip. I was in my 20s there. I'm talking about under 25. My homegirl was like, I'm a strip, right? She was like, I'm a strip, but I'm scared. Go with me, right? So I go with her, and they was like, well, both of y'all can't be in here. Like, you can't just be in here and just watching, you know? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait in the car. So she must have been in there for 4 hours, right? In this particular club, I'm like, what'd you do? Like, she had to get butt naked. I'm like, girl, butt naked. Whatever happened to the, you know? She was like, no, they don't serve alcohol. I had to get butt naked. I'm like, well, how much money you make? Now I'm expecting that she getting ready to make it rain in this car because you've been in there 4 hours butt naked. Clearly, all of our money problems are gone. Do you know that girl made $57? $57. This is why when these little girls be out here talking about they out here I'm getting money, I'm a stripper, I'm stripping, I'm getting money, bitch. No, you're not. You're a lie. You are a lie. You're a lie. Okay? A liar. I said $57. You better not never go in there again. You can work at you can get you a call center job for that. What was the point? It wasn't no point. So I'm just saying it might be some clubs where the girls make more money than that. Those girls probably have a lot of experience and have been in the business a long time or got really lucky because I'm trying to tell you right now that girl went in there for 4 hours, butt naked, and came out with $57. I'll never forget that shit. She was mad too. She's like, I ain't never doing that shit again, girl. And she was like disgusted. Like you could tell it bothered her for a while. But she didn't like the way they was touching her and talking to her and asking her did she want to have sex and this type of stuff, you know. So it's not like it's an easy job, you know. And then it's a lot of violence at the strip club. It's people doing drug deals. It's people mafioso type people or want to be mafioso. It's people enemies and stuff like that that's in there. It's a lot of stuff that happens, and these men already don't have respect for the women. And it's very often at the pop-in strip clubs, that's where the shootings and that kind of stuff happens. Like that stripper girl, Johnny Blaze, talks about how her boyfriend got murdered right in front of her in the car at the strip club. Come to find out, this child can play all these instruments. And she can sing. And it's just now taking Waka Flocka Mama to try to do something with her, you know, but she's so damn ignorant. I mean, I even try to go listen to her music and support her doing something other with her life than swinging on the pole, but I can't because every post is, yeah, I'm out here working while you bitches is doing nothing. Like, who are you talking to? Because you ain't talking to me, heifer. Okay? Who are you talking to, girl? Your all hoe friends? Like, what do you... So I can't even follow you and like your little page and support your little glow up girlfriend because what you are not finna do. I don't give a fuck. I know you. She don't know me, so I know she ain't talking about me. But I that's one thing that irritates me. Like these little girls be doing a little bit of something. Like they just stopped They just stopped doing nothing yesterday. Today they're doing a little something. And now they're showing, I'm showing all you bitches. That's why I'm shitting on you bitches because y'all ain't out here getting this bag. I'm out here getting this bag. I'm out here getting this money. You make $800 every 2 weeks. I need you to sit the fuck down. You have no car insurance, no life insurance, no health insurance. You ain't got no real bills. You ain't got no car note. Your kids is out here and got their shit together. You have nothing to be bragging about. Okay? Have you some humble pie. You're supposed to go to work every day. That's what you're supposed to do. But because you come from an area where nobody doesn't do shit, then you look like you're doing everything. But me coming from a neighborhood and coming from a family where people not doing shit, whatever the fuck I do, they act like I ain't doing nothing. Okay. So this is what they entertain. They just want to look, it's a lot of people who just want to be doing more than, they just want to feel like they better than somebody, And it's just, oh God, it's so irritating. C said all these Fashion Nova thoughts. Okay. Yes, with the Fashion Nova. Oh, look at her in her Fashion Nova jeans. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. I'm sure that Fashion Nova's getting their shit from the same Chinese people that Forever 21 and Wet Seal are getting their clothes from. Congratulations. You know how to go online and shop, bargain shop. However, why are y'all bragging? I don't know. Ray said, are we talking about Cardi B? I'm talking about all these hoes. And Stuff said, get your half point. I'm getting my half point. I'm gonna get my half of a point. Matter of fact, it ain't even 50. I need 40. I need point 45. Pumping themselves up on social media. It irritates me so much, Kristen. I hate it. I hate it. And Kristen said, that's why we never see it coming when those types commit suicide. No, because everybody is always encouraging bad behavior, with their Baphomet horn eyebrows and bargain basement hair. So Cardi B released her album cover for her upcoming CD. That's going to be released. Now, she's not in the Illuminati, according to her, but she sure does have a black and white checkerboard jacket on. And her album is coming out on April the 6th. But I'm sure that's just all just sheer coincidence. And somebody on Instagram made a good point too. They were saying that Cardi B makes all this ratchet ass music for the black audience, but then when she sings Latin music, it's beautiful music, love songs, and that type of stuff. It's not on this ratchet, I'm gonna beat you up type stuff. Now, my Spanish is very limited, so I don't know if that's entirely true or not. Speaking of celebrities, today is Mariah Carey's anniversary. I think she's like, what is she, 48? Something like that. Gotta pass Ali that mic. Y'all heard it here first. Fashion Nova Thoughts, coined by Ali. Yes, Fashion Nova Thoughts. That's exactly what they are. I'll be calling them pedo thoughts because these heifers is only showing a vagina to teenage boys. Her stylist and agent are in the Illuminati, though. Mariah Carey calls her birthdays anniversaries because she don't want to admit to herself that she's getting older because she's eternally 12. Did anybody watch Tiana Taylor's reality show last night? Now, Tiana Taylor, I like her last album. Like I've said before. Tiana Taylor be jamming. That last album, to me, I ain't heard nothing that good in a very long time, and I was very thoroughly impressed. And that's like I listened to her. That little Janae girl is like talented, but I feel like every song sounds the same, and I can't really relate to what she's talking about. And you know, but Tiana Taylor, I like her album, right? But like I said, she's boring in her interviews, and I felt like, oh my God, this show's probably going to be boring, right? So today, I'm watching Wendy, and y'all, okay, y'all know how I'm a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll. Like I like to be well informed. Every once in a while, though, I need a little ratchet snack. However, my appetite for the ratchet is like my tolerance for that shit is going down, and like I'm kind of sad about it. Like I tried to watch Real Housewives, I can't get through it because I can't take all that yelling. And I don't know. It's like if this baby ain't hollering, I don't want to hear no yelling. When I go outside and I hear kids yelling, I go back in the house. I don't want to hear no yelling. I'm tired of the yelling. Just make the yelling stop. I don't want to hear no yelling. So I can't deal with all that screaming. And I can't deal with Candy tried to act hard and get loud with Kim as if she was gonna bust a grape in a fruit fight. I said, let me cut this shit off because I can't deal with Candy, who blew that whole situation with Phaedra and Portia out of proportion. Girl, don't nobody think you finna rape anybody. Like, calm down. Like, oh, she's so extra. I can't deal with nobody on that show. I'm like, I can't even take nobody's side because I don't even like none of y'all. Damn, I like Kim. Because I really like, ever since Kim got with Kroy, because I like Kroy, and I like that he drops her off and sit in the car too. That's what my man would do for me, so I don't care. I like Kim and Kroy. Portia, bless her heart. She's simple, but she's not malicious. I like Portia. Phaedra's at least entertaining, but she's gone now. I can't stand Candy. I can't stand Kenya. I think Sheree is so pretty, but she's so basic. So I'm not really here for her either. So I couldn't get into it, so I cut it off. So anyway, so I'm not doing well with reality TV this week, okay? I can't even catch up. I wanted to watch part 3 of Married to Medicine, but I couldn't get through part 2 with all the screaming, so I have yet to even make an attempt because I cannot do it. And then on top of that, if I hear Quad make any more excuses for the fact that she has a horrible personality, she has a horrible personality, and so does the other one. Not Dr. Jackie, but Dr. Jackie's friend. Y'all know who I'm talking about. That bitch, her personality is terrible. Dr. Jackie personality is terrible. I completely understand why they're getting cheated on. And to the matter, if I was Andy, I would hook the men up with somebody else. That's how awful those bitches are. So I said, you know what? I can't do Tiana Taylor because I feel like this girl is gonna ruin it for me, and I'm not gonna like her no more based on what she's doing on this reality show. But then it's in my boredom and curiosity. I tried to watch Wendy Williams today, and Wendy is really hella ratchet. Like, Wendy is getting more and more ratchet every day, and I don't know, she's just hella mean-spirited. Like, it's one thing to just spill the tea, but she's not just spilling the tea. Wendy been on some real mean-spirited type stuff, too. So she kind of got on my nerves, too, especially when she don't know what she's talking about. Like, you swear to God Cardi B wasn't pregnant, but she is. You swear to God, didn't nobody bite Beyonce, but they did. You could have did a little bit of investigative reporting. You could have just called a couple of your gay Judys on the West Coast that would have gave you all of the tea, but your bureau is not doing none of that. So why are we gathered here today to receive this legendary meal? And the girls are serving us this skip. Okay, this is not a full course. What is this? I did not order this. This is an expensive ass restaurant with all this production and lighting and all this presentation, girlfriend, but you're giving me 3 Ps. Okay? Like what Dear said, this is not a legendary meal, okay? So I said, let me watch Tiana Taylor. I'm sorry, I had to do the build up to my frame of mind. I cut it on. Tiana Taylor is signed to Good Music with Kanye, for those of you sophisticated people who don't follow these ratchets, right? Tiana ain't that ratchet. I don't think she's really even ratchet at all. I just think she wants to fit in. I know she's friends with like a lot of really flamboyant gay people, and I was surprised that she didn't have none of them on the show. It's just mainly her and her husband and her family. But the show was so explicit. Every minute of that show was her talking about sex, referring to her punani, her putting it in his face, her saying crude stuff I don't even want to repeat. It was so, and I understand this is your husband and all of that is great. That's wonderful. But it was so vulgar, you know? Ugh, Kiki, why are you poisoning your mind with Real Housewives? Well, I get a headache, you know, with all of this political stuff, and I'll be trying to break away from that, you know? But they are worse than Jerry Springer, though. You ain't lying. But, you know, I just be trying to watch something else between that and then, like, you know, I love my daughter dearly. I do. But you know, these babies, we want to watch the same thing over and over again. I watched The Descendants 25 times. At this point, I know the damn choreography. Okay. I made her watch X-Men this morning because I said, baby, we got to switch it up. I can't watch that another time. Between that, Sesame Street, and Sing on repeat, I just want to hear grown-up people talk about grown-up stuff. But these folks is out of control. I like them Beverly Hills Housewives, okay? I do like that cast, but I've been kind of tired of them lately, too, because Erica Jane been tripping. Her and Dorit, oh, God. They just be starting shit. They need to bring Brandy Glanville back. Brandy Glanville, you need to bring her ass back. But it was so vulgar. I couldn't believe how vulgar it was, and I just didn't understand the point of it. I didn't understand it. Sounds like a teenage boy going through puberty. All right, Lil John, have a good day. Envy said, Quiet been on something. Yeah, I don't know. She is the worst. Jay even said she was the worst. She's pretty bad, Jay. Her personality is like really horrible. What John said, I pretty much stopped watching everything from Hollywood. I can't support those satanic companies. It's all in New World Order propaganda. It is, but it's like I'm a desperate housewife and I need stuff to do with my time. And like when I'm doing homework and stuff, I have to have something else going on because if I don't, I'm gonna start daydreaming. So if I'm watching a movie, then I can concentrate. I've always been like that for some reason. If I'm watching a movie, I can concentrate. But if I just try to sit here in a quiet room, then that makes me procrastinate and sit here and just be like, oh, God, I don't want to do this, you know? I just be needing the background noise, but not all that screaming and hollering. I just don't know what to watch. Now, what I have been watching also is Da Vinci's Demons. I'm on season 2 of that. But they didn't got on my nerves, too, because if they don't do something with this damn girl, it's a good show, though. But if they don't do something with her, I swear. I hate it. Like if I binge watch something and then it's like 8 episodes in and you still ain't solved the damn mystery. How much of my life do I have to commit? So if you guys got any recommendations, please give them to me. What y'all talking about on Facebook? And I understand Tiana wants to be a sex symbol and all of that, but it was just like, ugh. I don't know. It's just kind of uncomfortable. And her husband, like, Iman Shumpert is definitely a beta male. Like, it's something real kind of feminine about him. They have me as moderate, but my liberal acquaintances categorize me as a cold-hearted, gun-carrying, Trump-supporting, voting racist Republican. I always say I'm conservative and they ask what's the difference is. I tell them it's a secret. I got people on Facebook telling me what their, oh, here's the article right here. Telling me what Facebook says as far as their category. So let me pull this article up because this shit is the kicks. And then I got another video on immigration too I want to share with y'all. Oh, and we got to talk about this Kaepernick shit real quick. Anthony Brian Logan just did a real good video. Okay, so Facebook is facing backlash on 2 continents from users, advertisers, and lawmakers for having allowed Cambridge Analytica to allegedly amass information on 50 million of its users. Look, as if we didn't know that that's what y'all were doing with data mining. As if we didn't know that, because we're so stupid. Who doesn't know that? Orange County Sheriff fighting sanctuary law on Hannity at 9 p.m. That's my alert that just came up. I love Sean Hannity. Love him. Love and adore him. Sorry, y'all. It's hard to read articles these days because it's all these pop-ups and stuff that come up.
Here's how it works. You take
Okay, so the company's core business that powers around $4 billion in monthly revenue is monetizing everything you do on Facebook to serve as advertisers. Duh. However, users may not know that the powerful social network already has an opinion about your political leanings. And it's fairly easy to find out what Mark Zuckerberg's company thinks of your political preferences. Hidden in plain sight under the Ad Preferences section is a section called Your Information. And I'm going to continue to read this, but let me put the link in here so you can follow along. In this article, there's a hyperlink for this section. Let me know if I'm boring y'all. No, I'm not real animated right now. The baby's sleeping. It's not waking my stuff. Okay. Hidden in plain sight under Ad Preferences is a section called Your Information. If you click on that tab, you'll see an option for Your Categories, which contains a section called U.S. Politics. In parentheses, Facebook will have you labeled as very liberal, moderate, conservative, or very conservative. The social network says it fills up these categories based on information you've provided on Facebook and other activity. Now, I told you guys on mine, it says very liberal. I don't even know where they got very liberal from. Maybe it's from me like talking about music or movie, TV, entertainment related stuff. I don't know why it would say very liberal for me. But I'm assuming that there has to be a real person that's like racially profiling people in the categories, because there's no way based on what I post that I would be considered very liberal. That's kind of ridiculous. It goes on to say, under your categories, users will also find their birthday, whether or not they're listed as friends of expats, and whether or not they have a multicultural affinity on Facebook. It seems like those 5 labels are only options for Facebook political affiliation, which is a bit limiting on a platform that lets its 2 billion monthly users choose among 58 different gender identities. Okay, how you doing? Regardless of whether you've clicked like for a particular candidate or a political party, Facebook also tries to determine the self-professed political identities of other users who have liked the same pages as you and then lumps you in with them. And see, that's scary when you have a, I don't want to say the government, but when we have people who are very much interested in categorizing people as a threat in some kind of way based on their political ideologies, radicals, and that type of stuff like that. It's very concerning. That it's one thing to say I'm liberal or conservative, but very liberal or very conservative to me sounds like a radical. Now, if you don't want the algorithm to factor in your presumed political affiliation for advertising purposes, hover over the box, click the X, and see how the tweak impacts your experience on the site. Meanwhile, as a new poll shows only 41% of Americans trust Facebook with their personal data, Zuckerberg has declined to testify in front of British lawmakers about the data scandal, but the CEO and co-founder has reportedly experienced willingness to do so in the United States. No, please. UK-based Cambridge Analytica has ties to Donald Trump's 2016 presidential election campaign, has denied any wrongdoing. Alrighty then. Well, hell, how they do anything wrong? They paying for a service. How did this become about Trump again? What the hell does... What did I miss? How you guys feel about that? Leo said Kiki should appear on one of those YouTube debates that Andy Warski guy runs. Debate a Hotep. Not without enough alcohol. Break away by watching conservative movies, TV, or music with a conscious message. Hard to find, I know. Roseanne is coming back. You know, Dan Connor, when I was a little girl, I was like, I want a husband just like him. Dan Connor is the TV dad I had a crush on. And I watch anything that has John Goodman in it. I just love him because I just love his temperament. Like, he doesn't take everybody seriously. He just very rarely would get animated. I don't like men that are too animated. Too excitable. You know, Dan used to let them people get on his nerves. Attica said, and you thought the soaps back in the day were bad. Okay. Terrible. Did you guys see ABL's debate? Yeah, I did. I want to talk about that too. Okay, you guys didn't watch it yet. So let's play some of that. I didn't watch the whole thing. If Kiki is listed as a liberal, you can imagine a Black woman that is listed as conservative. Yeah, I wonder what they got to do. Black conservatives get banned to conspiracy files because they don't exist according to Facebook. Oh, they don't. Oh, so it's deliberate. So they know better. They just want to make sure that number-wise on paper, it looks like there are no Black conservatives. So that's why they're marking us down as very liberal when we're the clear opposite. So they can skew. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Why now they will always be like that, and parents know what goes down, and they don't care. Fame is what they seek, even if it means the exploitation of their children. Oh, exactly. Uncle Hotep is great. I'll check him out. I'm surprised Roseanne is back. Wasn't she exposing MK Ultra? Yeah, but you know, these people. Not only was she exposing MK Ultra, she was walking around with Kathy O'Brien. Cambridge Analytica on BS, trying to make themselves relevant, anything to deflect from what's going on. Yeah, because that didn't make any sense. Yeah, Shannon, because the way that these advertisers work, they're trying to appeal to an audience. So, you know, they're the government, apparently, well, I'm not saying the government because it's such a broad term, but there are powers that be or entities that want to convince companies that everybody's liberal. Even with all this stuff that's going on, I guess maybe that's why we're not seeing a change in programming, because they're like, here's the data, and according to this data, this is where everybody is, instead of looking at the voting. I feel like it's a bigger indicator. John Goodman is animated in The Big Lebowski. Oh yeah, he is. No, I love every movie he's in. I'm just saying, like, as a husband on that show. And then he was in Coyote Ugly. And you know that's a cult classic. They have us black conservatives lumped in with Bigfoot. Exactly. Hey, April. Roseanne is Jewish. If she wasn't, you wouldn't hear about her. Well, you heard she started singing Trump's praises once he gave Jerusalem to Israel. Kim said, hey, Kiki, love your program. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Kim. I mean, as much as I'm interested in what's going on abroad, it's just so hard to know everything. And so I'm not really emotionally invested. I'm not going to say I don't care, but I'm not as emotionally invested as I am in, like, I want y'all to build this wall, though. How about we all just grab a brick and y'all meet me at the border? I'll send you a bill. You can reimburse me. Shit. He was in Fallen with Denzel, too. I gotta watch that one again. He's in Cloverfield, which I didn't even like that movie. I just watched it because he was in it. Seen something else recently too that was good. I had him in there. He was kind of cute too in Revenge of the Nerds. I was like, okay. Ray said, let's carpool to the border. Okay. Good old Dan Connor. Now he all, I'm going to watch it anyway, though. I'm watching it for Dan. Grab a brick, build that wall. Yes. Brick by brick. That's the other thing I wanted to talk to y'all about. Facebook got this thing now where messages like pop up in my face, and so it's kind of distracting. Okay, so Anthony Brian Logan did a debate with two Black Christian liberals, talking about Johnny Manziel and Colin Kaepernick. Now, Johnny Manziel, fellas, help us out. I know that he's Caucasian. I know that he was a top draft pick, and he apparently did very well in college and was a little bit of a bust when he joined the league. He gained a lot of popularity in college because he was hanging out with Drake and a lot of other celebrities and get shout outs by rappers. And apparently he comes from money. And then he got in the NFL. He was a little bit of a bust. And then he went on to Cancun or something like that and got caught with some cocaine or something like that. I don't know, fellas. Y'all gonna have to help us out in the comment section. Because I'm not gonna pretend like I know. King Sir said, are you a download chubby chaser? I mean, but you have to understand at the time where I developed my affinity for why you time him out? Envy. He ain't trolling, he just joking. Leave King Sir alone. At the time where I developed my affinity for Dan Connor, I wasn't even like attracted to him like in that way. I just loved his personality and was just like, I want a husband like that because Roseanne is fucking crazy. He ain't pay her ass no mind. Jay said you beat me to it. What did he say? That is not that bad. King Sir is in here all the time. Leave him alone. Yeah, if ICE was this diligent, if our border patrol was as strict as y'all, we wouldn't be having these problems. Yes, Uncle Hotep. Everybody know about Uncle Hotep except for me? C said, we got you on the 70-inch big screen. I don't watch regular programming no more. I want 70 inches. You got the hookup? Will it be a potluck at the wall? Look. Are we joking or are we serious? Because if we're serious, What if we just went down there and built tents? And I know damn well it's some people who living down there on the border that would have no problem with us camping out on their property. Bring the weapons, bring the bricks, barbecue, bring a karaoke machine. Shit. We're going to make tacos and drink margaritas too as we build that wall. Yes, we are. We're going to listen to Selena Gomez. We're going to listen to Enrique Iglesias. We're going to listen to all of them. What's J-Lo ex-husband? We're going to listen to Mark Anthony and build a wall, okay? We're going to wear sombreros to block out the sun and build a wall. And won't nobody be able to call us racist. Oh, y'all was being petty. Why y'all messing with him? No, he ain't here all the time. Leave him alone. John said the father of the Orlando shooter was an agent. Surprise. Oh, I know. We were just talking about that. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I heard about the Orlando shooter. His father was in the FBI. We already know. I do believe that the wall is coming, Johnny. I do. I do believe it. We're going to get to Anthony Brian Logan in a second, but I do absolutely believe the wall is coming. And I know a lot of people are upset and disappointed in terms of what's going on with this bill and all the money going to the military, et cetera. But I will say this. First of all, it might sound like I'm just defending Trump, and I am. That's number one, because this is how you support somebody, okay? This is how you support them. Should we challenge him? Should we ask questions? Absolutely. But I feel like we should come to Trump and make noise in a loving way and make sure that we have his attention and we have his ear the same way that the other people do. Because remember, we don't have a lot of options. We have to work with what we have. It's not going to do us any good to all turn our back on him. And then what incentive would he have, to continue to acknowledge his base? With that being said, what incentive does he have to ignore his base? Because this is somebody who has plenty of shit better to do than to be the president, like golfing and being at home with his young, hot wife who could barely speak any English. I mean, how could you have a better life at his age? You know what I'm saying? He don't have to wake up and subject himself to this damn headache. Now, in this bill, people are upset because it's a lot of money going to the military. To that, I say, this is the military that just wiped out ISIS. Now, it's one thing when we're increasing military spending and nothing is happening. Okay, but if y'all gonna be doing something and you want a little extra money so y'all could buy new shit and do whatever it is that y'all do, fine. You know why? Because it's not like it's not real money. It's monopoly money. Y'all make these astronomical numbers up. You pull these numbers out of your ass. Okay. And then you have you have them print up, the Treasury is printing up money out of thin air. It means nothing. Where does it go? Into a bank account, which is a series of numbers? This fiat currency is a joke. It's a joke we're making. It's not real money. So I feel like people being upset over the numbers is the joke part. If the money had to be real and it made a difference, then we wouldn't even have the deficit that we have right now. The deficit, the 6 million, we have 6 trillion, billion, gillion, bagillion, billion, $million deficit. What the hell does that mean? Oh, so now we have a 6 million, billion, bagillion, and $1 deficit? What difference does it make? Because the shit is not real money. It's not real. Now, there's some earmarks in the bill that people are concerned with. One of them, I believe, is called the Dickey Law. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Working off memory. But at some point, the CDC was being ordered to use the funds allocated to them by the government to investigate gun-related deaths. Okay. And then I guess at some point it got overturned where they didn't have to do it. And now it's back on where they do have to. The CDC is full of shit. They already don't do anything. All of their reports, these are the same people who are telling you that autism is not created by vaccines. And then they did a study to prove it wasn't true. And then the study came back proving it was true. So they said, scrap that. throw it away, burn it. Psych your mind, make your booty shine. I'm just playing, just kidding. Psych. The CDC makes vaccines, and then we expect the same people who makes the vaccines to do the studies to tell us whether or not they're safe and effective, as if they're not going to say they're safe and effective for the profit. The CDC has absolutely zero credibility whatsoever. So if these libtards think they're getting over on somebody by forcing the CDC to spend money they don't fucking deserve on some shit that they don't even care about, the joke is on them. On top of that, it's not like they don't get revenue from other places other than the government because they sell dope. So the CDC got plenty of money. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? So what else is there in that bill that we're worried about? C. Rodriguez was saying Trump needs line item vetoes. To me, what's most important, Gaza said fiat currency is the devil. It is. The Envy said, word Jay, Kiki don't know how petty Team Kiki is, but we'll recognize the user. My bad, I read it twice, it sounded salty. No, it's okay. He jokes with us. It's all good. Is he still timed out though? Shannon said Oprah gonna meet us down at the walk with her crowbar. Like women of Brewster Place. Okay, I don't know about the women of Brewster Place. You gotta put me up on that one. Make the liberals live on low. Build the wall brick by brick. Get them back to work. No. They shouldn't get the satisfaction of getting the job since they didn't want the job's president. Because it's good weather down there by the border. You ain't going to be not too hot, not too cold. It's beautiful, okay? Muy bueno. That weather down there is real good. You're going to be straight. What was I saying? So I don't think that the bill is really so much an issue. The issue is that even with the line item veto, the mere fact that they're able to put all these ridiculous earmarks in these bills already is already bullshit as it is. Okay. So if somebody wanted to do us a favor, make them make a separate bill for each and every last one. Y'all seen House of Cards. Y'all know how this goes. It's all that shit's a joke. The real problem that we're having is that our elected officials do not represent us because the liberals and conservatives, because we know Ronald Reagan was the first one to make these illegals, to make a bunch of illegals legal, even though nobody liked to bring that up. So the real issue is that we have all of these illegal people being brought in here as refugees or crossing the border illegally or coming over here illegally. Shit, any immigrants, period, are getting all the incentives to vote the liberal way, and the American people are not being represented. I mean, look at the elected officials in California, Villaraigosa and all of them people like that. And Maxine Waters and all of that. That's not American people keeping those people in power. That's not people who love America keeping those people in power. Those aren't people who love the Constitution or understand it keeping those people in power. So if we build this wall and we focus on immigration and we slow down immigrants coming into this country, I'm with Ann Coulter. Don't none of y'all come in here from nowhere, legal or otherwise, for 9 years. Just don't come over here. You can come over here and visit, but you got to go home. Well, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. If we slow down immigration in every single possible way that we can, even after Trump is gone, we're going to be better off. We're better off when American people are electing our officials, not people whose heart is in some other country. You understand what I'm saying? Some communist country, some shithole at that. And they want to come over here and tell us what the hell to do because these liberals are giving them all of these opportunities to live in a welfare state. Meanwhile, the same damn people are not fighting for actual Americans to have those same benefits. Our government sent billions of dollars to Chicago. It didn't go to those little black kids running around terrorizing the neighborhood. It went to housing illegals. That's where it went. When Amazon creates new jobs, those jobs don't go to poor or low-skilled Americans. No, they're shipping literally shipping in illegals from other countries. Literally. So when Trump builds this wall, it's damn sure going to be a deterrent, because then once the wall is built, then we can do more aggressive political. See, right now, we still got to hope that we don't just straight up, they don't just bum rush us at this point. Okay, so when that wall gets built up, then I think we can be even more aggressive in our policies. I think immigration policy is the one thing we need to worry about. Once we start getting the makeup of America more American than it is, we're going to see our policies improve. Because even black people ain't that liberal, y'all. We just think we are, but black folks ain't that liberal like that. Okay, Jason, now let's go back to this Kaepernick. Jay says, I hate Kaepernick, but he's 1,000 times better than Manziel. Okay. Manziel got one good game against Alabama, and the world jumped Manziel. Jay said, we don't play. I know, baby. 95% of immigration should be halted. Exactly. Don't come for us if we did not send for you. Mm-hmm. The left never keeps promises. Exactly. I used to work in a factory. People were nice, but I couldn't stand most of them. They were from all over the world. Yeah. Nasu said, I work for Amazon. I haven't seen any illegals. I haven't seen any legals? Or you mean illegals or legals? I don't know. Well, I watched an interview with one guy who was saying that he left because they had all these Cubans and stuff brought in. And that was after the election. And they started posting up signs all over the place saying, we support dreamers and that kind of stuff. And I have a homegirl who worked for Amazon in LA. And she said, could nobody in there speak no damn English. And it was rude. And, she did not enjoy it over there. So California has become a shithole. It's been that way for a while. Okay, so now back to Johnny Manziel and Colin Kaepernick. I don't really know about these people's actual performance. But the debate is, why is Johnny Manziel being given an opportunity to maybe return to the NFL by auditioning or something like that for some teams, and Colin Kaepernick isn't? Now, Colin Kaepernick has auditioned for teams. He didn't get signed. But I don't believe that Johnny is even signed to a team yet, so I don't even know what the fuss is about. But let's go ahead and play this Anthony Brian Logan, play a piece of this interview. It is an hour long, so we're not going to play the whole hour. But, Anthony is very poised and calm and that kind of stuff when he debates people. So you get to hear both people's opinion without them shouting or insulting each other, and that kind of stuff is cool. But some of the things that I noticed were the people that he's debating assume that Johnny Manziel has all these fans. Like how you just said, Jay, well, I don't like Kaepernick, but Johnny sucks. Kaepernick is a better player than him. See, I don't give a shit about either one of them. So you can't just assume like, oh, well, why is it okay for Johnny, but it's not okay for Colin? Who gives a shit? Who said anybody gave a shit about Johnny? Who said anybody cared? Number one. And then they ask a bunch of hypothetical questions instead of, when Anthony presents his counter argument, instead of finding the flaws in his counter argument, they ask a hypothetical. Well, what if it was something? I hate that. What if? Okay, if ifs and ands were pots and pans, the world would be a great big pancake. If ifs was fifths, we would all be drunk. So all that if shit, that's not how you debate, okay? What are the holes in the counter argument?
about Colin Kaepernick is he might have done anything wrong legally, but the problem is that the off-the-field drama could be too much for a team to bear, for a locker room to bear. Too much, and his skill is not really going to match. The thing about it is he did have a chance to play. He played on the 49ers. He had a less than stellar year. Teams are able to scout.
Almost won the Super Bowl.
Almost. I mean, hey, there's some guys that go to the big game, and the next year they're out of the NFL. That's how the NFL is.
Is not qualified to play in the NFL. What you're saying is skills diminishing when one, he hasn't got the chance to prove your point, and two, we have to go off what we know about him. And he's a Super Bowl appearing QB. He has, because ESPN did the side-by-side numbers with his Manziel. And his numbers were super close, if not better. So I don't understand why Cap can't get a chance, but we're open to the fact that Manziel can't.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. I mean, me and you can
see, well, we are open. Who is we? Because I don't give a shit. And I'm wondering if they get to race at this point, anywhere in here, because Colin Kaepernick is just as white as he is black. And I don't see any white people offended that his ass ain't getting a job. Colin Kaepernick is a mixed race man. He is not a black man. He is a multiracial or a biracial man. So why aren't these other people, or the other half, why isn't his white side outraged? Okay. So in the same way that you're saying Johnny Manziel is getting, they're saying he's getting these privileges because he's white. So is Colin Kaepernick. He's white too. So why aren't these races taking care of their white son, Kaepernick? In the same way that they took care of their white son, Barack Obama, it worked for him, didn't it?
Whether Colin Kaepernick is skilled or not, but I think that people that actually work in the NFL to get paid to do that, to get paid.
Because mind you, that's the reason that black people are having this conversation, is because they consider Colin Kaepernick to be a black man. That's the whole point we're having this conversation, not because you give a shit about who the NFL hires and who doesn't. There's plenty of people who get cut, hurt all the time, and don't nobody lose no sleep. But once again, you're looking for somebody to be a political figure and to stand up for you and to represent black people and all that type of shit like that. But you still cannot convince me that this is a black man.
To evaluate, they probably know better than both of us. Sure. So let's leave it at that. But then the thing about Manziel is that, number one, he may not need to get on the team. He may just be out there throwing the same way Colin Kaepernick was throwing. And number two, he is 5 years younger than Colin Kaepernick. He's 25 years old. Kaepernick is 30 years old. And like I said, the NFL stays not for long.
Okay, baby.
The younger you are, the more chance you're going to have to be able to sustain yourself in the NFL. A lot of guys are retiring at age 27, 28. You're not going to be able to play forever. And then another thing about Colin Kaepernick, he will play as a second string, third string practice squad guy, but I know Johnny Manziel, if he was getting the chance to come back in the league, because let's not forget, as far as I know, he was not in the league last year before that. Okay, so that's one thing. But do you think that Manziel would pass up the chance to go practice squad, third string, second string? There was rumors about Colin Kaepernick not wanting to be on the bench. And then the whole thing with his girlfriend, calling the Ravens owner a slave master and Ray Lewis a slave. I mean, that right there tells you they're not really serious. And if he is, she's not. And if that happened in public.
Thank you for bringing that up, Anthony Brian Logan. Your black hero is dating an Egyptian woman, and she got the nerve to be ratchet. She's a hip hop talk show host on a hip hop station. It could be some black girl in that job, but it's not. They very seldomly put black girls on hip hop stations. It's always either a multiracial person or a Hispanic woman or something like that that sounds black on the radio, but they don't put black women with two black parents on hip hop radio stations because they want to fetishize exotic women because they are so convinced that that's what black men want. And that's why she has a job in radio, first of all. All these bitches, I look up their credentials, they're not solid. There's nothing that qualifies Kaepernick's girlfriend to be on the radio in the #1 radio market. Nothing. Then on top of that, this ratchet ass bitch is going to get on Twitter or wherever and call the Raiders owner a slave owner. See, that's unprofessional. That remark alone is the reason why you will never see them be able to say that the NFL is in collusion or in cahoots to keep him out of a job, because that right there, that kind of conduct, that's not okay. Miko Grimes is another ratchet that does that kind of shit. And you see, she had her husband out of a job too. So the NFL does not play that with these women who just want to keep up drama. You're an athlete's girlfriend, girl, make a sign, make a poster, come up here, be cute, rah-rah, shish, kumbaya, and cheer, and go sit the hell down. Now, how come Black men who love the NBA were pissed off when Steph Curry's wife, Ayesha Curry, said something about one of them games being rigged or something? Oh, she need to close her mouth. She need to shut up. She needs to this and she needs to that. So then why don't we have the same opinion about Colin Kaepernick's Egyptian Muslim girlfriend? It's too many contradictions going on. And I bring the race and ethnicity up because that's the only reason that he's getting any support from these apathetic people who don't even really give a shit. Colin Kaepernick has had all the opportunities and advancements and everything in the world to be successful. He don't have Meek Mill's upbringing. He got 3 white parents. Out of 3 white parents, one of them at least come from a good family to make sure that he got the tools that he needs to do what he needs to do. And he knows how to carry himself and conduct himself, etc. Now, I believe Kaepernick is totally full of shit, and this is a complete farce, and it's all a psyop, and it's all funded by Soros and them, and it's gonna, I think it's all a show. Okay. But for whatever reason, liberals don't spend any time looking into psyops, looking into false flags or any of that. So I guess it's pointless to even bring that into the equation in a debate with them, that there's a possibility that all of this is fake anyway. He's got the number 7 jersey, which we know that 7 is a code for fake news, entertainment for the masses. Furthermore, for the people who say it's not your job to say the Pledge of Allegiance. You don't have to say the Pledge of Allegiance if you don't want to. It's like they just want to just go out on the field and just entertain people and just be patriotic for the people, just to make it look good. And it's just like, duh, that's exactly what your job is. That's the reason why you have an American city or an American state is the actual name of the team you want. The Carolina Panthers. Where's Carolina? Where's San Francisco? Where's Philadelphia? Where's Los Angeles? Where's Texas? Where's Minnesota? Where's Minneapolis, Minnesota? Those are all places inside of the United States. What the fuck? Where else would you be pledging allegiance to? What the hell did you think they meant by National Football League? You're a mascot for your state. Duh. Just like you were a mascot in college, just like you were a mascot in high school. What is the problem? What's the hard part? What part about putting on a circus for the masses inside of this Coliseum don't you what part don't you fucking understand? What part about the National Football League and the American Football, what's the AFC? Coalition, Commission, what does C stand for? What part about American and national, what part of that didn't get, I mean, at what point Why are you surprised that you're expected to be patriotic? I 1000% think it's your fucking job to say the Pledge of Allegiance. They should have squashed this shit by going on ahead and putting that in a damn contract so we don't have this conversation anymore now that we know how important it is to the league and to the country and all that other type of shit. On top of the fact that the federal government gave the NFL money so that these people would be on the field during the national anthem. So they should have put the shit in their contract then. But I'm quite my guess is that it's at least an unwritten rule, and these football players are aware that it is part of their job to entertain and be patriotic and help build patriotism and escapism every fucking Sunday. There's no way they don't know that shit. And then Colin Kaepernick decides he's going to protest and didn't even consult his team members, didn't pair up with other NFL people, didn't put a business suit on and schedule a meeting with his team, with the owners, with the NFL, with some group, ACLU, Al Sharpton. Nobody. He's an attention whore. Ain't nobody got time for that. And then your bitch got a big mouth. You don't deserve a job, and I don't feel sorry for you. And the fact that anybody would stand outside, protest, or be mad because somebody who has 3 white parents can't get a job and they're a millionaire, it is complete. Feeling sorry for Colin Kaepernick completely defeats any argument for poor Black people or inner city youth or any of that type of shit like that. The mere fact that you would spend your actual time worried about somebody who already got money. And then y'all rewrote the history to act like Colin Kaepernick started a conversation and he brought awareness to police brutality. So the million kids standing outside in Baltimore, standing outside in St. Louis, that didn't start the conversation? Colin Kaepernick with the 3 white parents started the conversation? But what's really going on is that Black people fetishize mixed race, multiracial people, and our government and our media wants a mixed race, multiracial nation. And guess what? That's all great for people who are down with the swirl and people who are already multiracial. You don't see anything wrong with that, and that's fine. But the problem is, while you're doing that, you're still leaving behind the Black people whose name and circumstances that you use in order to legitimize what the fuck it is you're complaining about in the first place. This is how you end up looking like Mexico. That's full of nothing but mulattoes that don't acknowledge the 4 million slaves, Africans. Well, I don't even fucking believe they brought 4 million people over here, but it was already Black folks down there, okay? Oh, where'd the Indians go? They killed them all. No, the fuck they didn't. Okay. Them the same people. They just changed it from Indian to colored, remember? And them colored folks down there, them Spaniards went and conquered and took all their shit and then tried to whitewash the damn country and ignore them and erase the history. And that's what our government and our culture and everything is trying to do here. Nobody's supposed to bring it out. It's not a matter of attacking people or not liking mixed race people or it's down nothing to do with none of that. You know, everybody be getting all sensitive. I'm just saying, while you kissing Colin Kaepernick's ass, that time and energy could have went to the Little Meek Mills of the world. And then you wonder why you having those problems.
What's happening privately, you got to take all that into consideration before we just say it's a race thing. Because like I said, a lot of guys in the NFL have had issues. Michael Vick went to jail for 2 years. Yeah. A lot of guys have had all kinds of problems. Ndamukong Suh, I don't know if he's on the Lions yet or anymore away. He had all kinds of problems in the NFL. Pac-Man Jones had all kinds of problems in the NFL. Yeah, he's still able to be on the team. Vontaze Burfict, all kinds of problems in the NFL, on and off the field. Low blows, cheap shots, dirty plays, drugs. These guys are still there. Why? It's because they're skilled. Colin Kaepernick does not have enough skill. I'm not saying he's unskilled. Right. He does not have enough skill to overcome his off-the-field issues.
So question. So do you think that one of these other guys that you named that are more talented than Colin did what Colin did
think it would be the same thing? Because it's like what men can beat on women.
See, Ali said, why do half black privileged liberals always become the face of the black community? That's right.
They can throw them in the trunk. They can get caught in the elevator, video camera. But because they're good ball players, it's almost like it's excused. So if these same guys that you named are good ball players,
hi, honey. I'm on live, so I'm gonna get off. I don't know you coming home. It's good news or it's bad news? You got some good news?
Because you're saying like Colin he's an okay player, but what if one of those guys that you named would have done the same thing? Do you think that
Okay, guys, my husband came home from work early. Y'all gonna have to excuse me. I promise you I'm gonna come back, okay? I promise y'all I'm gonna come back.